Whilst living longer is what most of us might wish for, this may mean you're likely to need some type of care in older age. Wealth manager John Griffin, a member of the Society of Later Life Advisors, is specially qualified to offer practical help, reassurance and guidance in handling your finances when needing care. He's happy to have an initial meeting without charge to assess your position and let you know how we can help.
It's estimated around 40–45% of people that need care in this country are actually paying it from their own resources. We typically work with families and friends, sometimes they're professional advisors, people like solicitors, often in their capacity as attorneys on behalf of the person that's requiring care. We help to arrange a person's finances to meet their objectives, which tend to be to cover the costs of their care for their lifetime. But secondary, people are often concerned that they want to leave a legacy for their loved ones as well, and we try and make sure that can happen as well. In terms of advising in later life client situations generally, and with care fees planning in particular, we have to have specialist qualifications in terms of exams, but it's also the knowledge and experience that you build up over time that's key. In particular, communication skills need to be clear. We're dealing often with fairly complex scenarios, sometimes with elderly clients being involved, and if not, it might be their attorneys. It's important, one of the reasons that I applied for the accreditation with the Society of Later Life Advisors, known as SOLLA, is that they're an independent non-profit making organisation that seeks to promote specialist advice in this important area. I'm one of a very small number of SOLLA qualified advisors in East Anglia. A recent client that we worked with to help last year was Barbara in Suffolk. She was in her early 80s, had become more frail in recent years and decided that she needed to live permanently in residential care and moved into a very nice setting in Suffolk. Her own house was sold, so we were working with her family who were acting as attorneys for her in terms of how to use the capital to cover her living costs and her care for the rest of her days, while also aiming to leave some money for her family and friends. The solution that we developed involved three strands. Firstly, we arranged to keep some money available in bank and building society accounts to cover 2 or 3 years worth of the shortfall for her fees. Then we placed a sum of money with an insurance company in return for a guaranteed income for her lifetime. It's what they call an immediate care plan. And then finally, the capital that was left over, we invested in a portfolio of investments with a view to achieving some capital preservation and modest growth over the next few years. Another client that we worked with was the niece of a lady, Edna, who'd lived in residential care in North Norfolk for some time before her niece came to see us. And the niece was concerned about the rate at which her savings were being eroded in meeting the monthly care costs. It's a point that we always say to people is to engage and work with a financial advisor that's appropriately qualified as early as you can when care needs arise. And in that way, we can sometimes stop that happening. As it turned out, we always look at all the assets that are available to a client at these sort of situations, and Edna's house was actually up for sale, but a sale wasn't achieved. So what happened is the property was let out, and the combination of the rental income along with taking an income from Edna's existing investment portfolio was enough to meet her care costs for her lifetime.
SG Wealth Management, providing you with financial peace of mind.